So, y'all, this is part two to the Kilef Browder story. Me getting a little bit more insight, me um, meditating a little bit more, and I want y'all to listen to this because this is basically what came out in my card readings about this incident. And I told y'all he's a Gemini, and for some reason I'm a Sagittarius, which is the opposite of Gemini. Gemini is basically my South Node. That's what you want to call it, North Node. So this is why he probably came to me. It's something that needs to be open about this. So I'm guessing you might hear a little bit of noise or whatever. But I just wanted to read this to y'all. This is his father. Everett Browder is a retired man who once used to work for the Metropolitan Transportation Authority (MTA) in New York City. He was a big man and he had a big family, having a wife and 7 kids, but after a while, when it became too much for him, he just left, and it wasn't on good terms. Didn't I tell y'all this? I didn't even have to read this. It came out in the cards. I told you he had some wrath with his Khalif Browder mother. Like, he left with animosity. He never divorced his wife, but he made sure that everyone knew that he wanted nothing to do with them. When Khalif was arrested in 2010, his bail was set at $3,000, which was the bond being 900. The only person that brought a family that could pay for it was Everett, but he refused, calling his son a criminal and never believing his claims of innocence. Everett leaving and the lack of father figure in the house was what made Khalif get into the streets in first place, and it was only because he was looking for someone to guide him. And help him in life, and he had joined the Blood Street gang in the Bronx, New York. However, when it came to getting the payout from the lawsuit against the state of New York by Khalif's lawyer for the wrongful death after he hanged himself, Everett was the most interested party. He became a co-administrator to the lawsuit with his estranged wife and began activity trying to get the case to go to trial. Remember I said working up craft? Remember I just said that? On one hand, in public, he acted like a caring and remorseful father, but on the other hand, he was pushing his wife to leave the home where the whole family grew up at, just so he could sell it. Ooh, see what I'm saying? And that's exactly what he did. And just 3 days after she passed away, wow, this man was wicked. This man was wicked. They said 2019, after all Khalif's siblings combined force with their father to get the brother and justice he deserved, the state agreed to the settlement, paid Browder family $3.3 million for Khalif's estate. After that, Everett nowhere to be found. We couldn't even get no social media accounts of any publication. This is weird. Didn't I tell you his siblings? So basically, it was the dad and some of his family members, probably 2 women that was pushing him up to get that money. And the sad part about it is that after your son died, bro, and the mother was already sick. She was on, I think she was on mad medication for me watching the documentary. She was already sick from having heart failure already, which we don't know. They should have checked her blood to find out what the hell was going on with dad. Um, I don't think she probably what maybe she wasn't too enough about that. And for some reason, like I'm telling you, like the daughter, I think she had a daughter too. I don't know what was going on with her. It was something going on with her. Then it was like the other son, he was having public sex with this girl interested in, and then they try to get him for rape, but his face was all in the paper too, and they tried to make a they made a big deal out of that, and the girl had to come forward and tell them like, no, it was consensual, whatever. So basically, the whole family was targeted. I don't know what ever was into. Um, sound like some chaos magic, sound like some death spell. Like, it's not always that. You could just be working with people um, to go against your family or whatever. For some reason, like I said before, the Browder felt he was being gang stalked. So, like I said, being in his dad worked for the station department. You come across a lot of people high in the high places, and he probably knew a lot of big time people. And for him just disappearing like that in the interview, don't want to say nothing. And I told him that he didn't come out until his son died, and he wanted to claim the fame and this and that. And like they said, acted like he was so basically he was wearing a mask the whole time for the public for some odd reason, wearing a mask. And I told you that his Khalif been was enlightened when he was in solitary. He began to start understanding what was going on and why they was doing this to him. That's why he started being humble. He was torture in Rikers Island. I mean, somebody doing something, throwing out something. I don't know who his dad connected to. Um, I don't know what was going on with that. It was like he knew his dad was connected some way with the system. Like for some reason, he go to court too. He wasn't looking over his case. They just kept continuing. They wasn't even looking at his file. It just is a whole bunch of shit, and sound like yeah, they basically did that shit to him. And for his father to just disappear like that, no, that's not that's not right. Something sounding right, sounding a little bit fishy. Um, him and his siblings, and to I'm just going back to your son just died, your family house is broken. Um, you know, you just kick your wife out the house while she's sick. Well, no, before she died, you was already kicking her out the house. But in public, you was showing your face like you such a caring person. But at the same time, behind cameras, you're kicking her out the house, and then she died, and then you sold the house. So the movie was basically um, all about some damn money. That's what the motive was about. Some fucking money. I don't know if he owed somebody money. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe he had a gambling problem. He owed some time people some money or something. Um, but there's something more to that, and this is why he came to me, and he was just saying, "My dad, my dad, my dad, my dad." I can hear him, but it's about to be judgment call on these siblings that did this to him. And I told you it was like three people. So it's gonna come out. You're gonna hear about it. It's gonna be brought back up because there's a lot of talk about it. Um, I don't know. This is crazy. It's very wicked, very evil. I think his dad is from Kentucky. So I don't know what type of practices they do in Kentucky, but I want to jar everything towards witchcraft and stuff like that because I don't want to keep talking about that. I keep telling y'all I don't talk about that, but it could have something to do with it. Could have a in his family that does that, or could have a sibling in his uh, family that's a cop, or in the government system or something like that. I don't know. This is real weird, and this is when you just Just I'm gonna just start reading over this whole case, and I'm gonna just like, and I already know it's just like witchy shit, very witchy, conniving, mask playing, um, roles going on, and I don't know how the mom didn't see this. That dad had animosity. He did not want nothing to do with you or your sibling, so he didn't give it. That showed he didn't give a fuck. So it was some extra shit that went on. I don't know what it is. The mother didn't want to talk about it, maybe, but maybe Khalif knew about it, so he wanted to get rid of him because he knew about it before it got out. It's something deep. It's something deeper than what we can go into. Maybe Khalif talk later exactly what the hell it was. But this is exciting that he came in. I'm not the same as him. You know, Gemini, my North Node. Uh, this is crazy. I just like feel so crazy about this. But this is sometimes what people be going through when they being gang stalked, targeted. I hear a lot of people talk about it. I've been through it. So a lot of people go through this, the gang stalking, the targeting, it goes everywhere you go. And this goes on for years, and it goes years, and it's like you lose your whole life to just like I just stopped worrying about it. You know, it draws you to PTSD. Some people get schizophrenic if you're not strong enough, because the whole point is to drive you crazy. It's basically it is to drive you crazy. Uh, so just keep praying, keep meditating. Do your work with your chakras, um, and everything gonna work out. They time it up with all this weirdo shit they be doing. YouTube too, with all that weirdo shit they be doing, playing with your numbers up and down, all that shit. That's that mental shit they trying to do, play games with you, like you don't know what the hell going on. Start taking pictures. You, if you're a tarot reader, uh, you're on YouTube. Start taking snap photos of your numbers and stuff like that. So you can start sending it to them, and you could just so you ain't crazy. Like my numbers were like 790 one day, and then the next minute it goes down to 745, and then you keep writing them, and they keep playing with your numbers. That's that mental shit they keep playing. But my ancestors ain't playing with your ass no more. They about to bust that ass. So I really don't give a fuck no more. So you can continue to do what the fuck you doing to people's channel. And there's somebody, I'm gonna just tell you, there's somebody that works for YouTube that's also a tarot reader. And I ain't gonna say no names. They work for YouTube. I'm just putting y'all on game. I seen them in a dream state. They work for YouTube, and they be hacking people's shit, playing with people's numbers and shit like that. People that they dislike, and that's what the fuck they be doing until they get caught, and they gonna get fired from their fucking job. So I'm gonna just leave it like that. And I don't know why you fucking with my shit, like I said earlier, because I don't have that many subscribers. Um, Not yet. My numbers ain't up there like that. I don't even know why you fucking doing that shit to me. But it's all good because you're about to get fired from your job because I know who it is, and you can keep going, and everybody's noticing it, and then it takes like 4 hours for your videos to load again. They fucking with the shit again. They did this before a long time ago, making your videos hard to upload and all that shit. When you start speaking facts, when you start speaking truth, when you don't want the truth to get out, and then the motherfucker come back on their YouTube like they had nothing to do with it. They doing that shit. I'm just putting everybody on game. If you ain't get the download yet or who the fuck doing it, then I don't know what to tell you. I know what the fuck is going on, and you're being exposed. And I wouldn't even want to say your name, but It's gonna be all right. I'm not worried about it because this is the time right now. Pisces and Aries and Aquarius seasons and all that other shit. The ancestors about to bust that ass. So all that witchy shit you do doing is just too much. Um, so we might do a part 3 to Khalif Browder. I love you. You ain't gonna get nothing but the truth and facts from me. This is Spirited Warrior Goddess. I love you. Take care.